for homeowners who already have a home, mortgages. And the variable rates are going to go up because of the ECB's actions in the past and their proposed actions. What do you say to those people who might be squeezed a bit? Have they been protected by the rules of the central bank, which have now changed?
So I believe while the focus of the macroprudential rules of the central bank are about financial stability rather than protecting individual borrowers, I do believe that because of the implementation of those rules over many years, it has constrained the level of borrowing within our economy and the level of private debt, which is going to be really, really, really important at a time interest rates begin to go up. But on an individual level, while acknowledging the overall macro story and overall story for our economy, of course I do accept that therefore if you're somebody who is on a variable rate mortgage, changes that are happening in interest rates, I accept are going to have an effect, and I do acknowledge that. The three things, though, I would really quickly say is, number one, over the recent period, over 80% of the new mortgages that are being issued are fixed rate mortgages, which does offer a degree of insulation for the future. Number two, there are still switching opportunities available from banks to allow mortgage holders to get better value. And then number three, I nor indeed any government cannot bring in measures that can compensate for what's going to happen to changes in interest rates. And indeed, if we were to do so, it would be counterproductive and potentially a new threat.
Yeah. But Finance
However,
Ireland
we
is
are bringing in other measures to help with the cost of living.
Finance
overall.
Ireland is a non-bank lender suspending its fixed lending for the moment. Do you think that's a disease that's likely to spread, that fixed won't be available to borrowers?
I do believe that fixed rate mortgages are going to be available in the future, but at a moment of significant change in interest rates, I think you're going to see some lenders just pause to see how the market is going to change.
Now, with the spread that's available because of the higher interest rates, I mean, we were on negative interest rates until relatively recently. The banks can make a killing on the spread that there will now be between what they buy money and what they can sell it at. Did you sell your Bank of Ireland shares too soon?
Well, we still have a majority share in Allied Irish Bank.
I know, but your Bank of Ireland, you just disposed of the last of it.
So with Bank of Ireland, we now do not have any shares within Bank of Ireland, but part of the ingredient in the price that we got in the shares that were sold was an expectation that interest rates were going to change over time. And whenever you make any financial decision in relation to selling shares in particular, particularly if you're doing it on behalf of the taxpayer, there's always going to be those who will argue, I should have waited and shouldn't have done anything at all. But for AIB, we're still a majority shareholder and ample opportunity
But you
ahead.
might have lost a bit of a payday in Bank of Ireland.
Well, actually, if you look at where we are in Bank of Ireland, all the money the taxpayer put into Bank of Ireland, we got back.